So today's PD is about how to create a homepage in Canvas for your classes. So we're going to start. I'm just in my sandbox class. You can choose whichever class you want to start with. We're going to go to Pages in the Canvas navigation. Remember, if it's grayed out, you can still click on it. You'll see that I don't have anything yet. So in the top right, which you can't see, there's a blue button that says Plus Page. And that takes me to my rich text editor. So here I can add whatever I want. I'm just going to put a little blurb about welcome to my staff resources page, my technology facilitator resources. You can put anything you want here. I'm actually going to go back and change this later. I just want to have something at the top. And then I like to put a GIF in mine, but remember, if you're doing this for your kids, they're only going to be able to see your GIF when they are at home because they can't see it with our tiered access. I'm going to show you how to do a GIF in case you want to do that now, but you can always go back and just do a picture here. So I went to Embed Media, and now I'm going to search just Giphy.com in a separate tab, and I'm going to search for hello. And probably my favorite GIF of all time is Ms. Doubtfire. So I'm going to click not on the link, but on the actual image itself. And it comes up to its own screen. I'm going to click embed to the right, and it gives me that code. So just click in the box and then Command C to copy. Then I'm going to go back to Canvas. I'm going to paste that in the embed window and click OK. And you'll see that that just slams it right in my rich text editor. And it comes at the bottom with a little link that says via Giphy. I take that out, but feel free to leave it if you don't mind it. Remember, you can use that same mode to add just a picture. You'll just embed it right in there. So then I'm going to put a little blurb about what they're going to learn, the students are going to learn. And then I want to have some action steps on my homepage. So I'm going to add in some buttons that link them to resources in my page. So I don't need Giphy anymore. So I'm going to go to, it's called Da Button Factory, DABUTTON Factory.com, like I'm typing here. And that's just going to create the actual button, and then I'll link it back here in the text editor. So this is what Da Button Factory looks like. You type what you want the button to say. Mine's just going to say assignments for now. On the left, you can change, the size of the button compared to the text. You can change the text color. On the right, you can change different things about the button itself. So I like the pyramid gradient because I like it to be 2 colors on the outside and then 1 on the inside. But you can play around with that and just do whatever you want. Just make sure that it's still easy to read the text on the button. And then you can just play around with the settings a little bit. Do you want a border? Do you want a shadow? That kind of thing. And then you're going to go to embed, and you are going to copy that embed code and paste it in the URL. Okay, so now my button is here. It links to nothing so far. So if I want it to link somewhere, then I can either type in a URL, or on the right-hand side, I can pick from my actual modules, my actual course elements, and I can link that to an image. And you can do that for anything on the right there. You just click on it as you've got it highlighted, and that adds the link. You can do that for any image. So I'm going to add another button because I want kids to have a link to their grades right from the home page. So I'm just going to type my grades. Same thing. I'm going to change the background, make it pretty. And then I'm going to copy that embed code so that I can put this in my rich text editor. So I've copied that. I'm going back to my text editor. I'm doing embed image. I'm pasting that URL in the URL field and clicking update. That puts my button there. Then I highlight my button and I click the page element on the right that I want that to pull to, so grades. And buttons are really as simple as that. It's not hard at all. So now I've got this. It looks okay, but it's still not what I want it to be because I want the top to be a little bit better. So I'm going to create a header in my Google Drive. So just go to Google Drive, and I'm going to open a new Google Drawing. So when you do new, you'll do more and pull down to Google Drawings. And then I'm going to change my background to white. You can just two-finger click in the background that's already there, and that'll give you the option to change it. I'm going to insert word art. So you can do this, you can type what you want and then choose the font that you want it to appear in. So welcome to Staff Resources, and then just click enter. And then I'm going to change my font to Satisfy. I think it's pretty and swoopy. And I want it bold, and I want to change the fill color. You can play around with this, like I said. You can also change the border weight. You can make it be a dotted border. That part's up to you. You also have this format options up here, and so you can change the size and the ratio. You can add a shadow. You can add a reflection. I don't really like that, so I'm not going to use that. But in drop shadow, you can also change the angle of the shadow as well as the transparency of the words themselves and the shadow itself. So once I've got my word the way I want it, I think that looks pretty good, but it still looks pretty plain, so I'm going to add a picture in the background of this. So up at the top, I'm going to click on the little image drop down and choose search the web. And I'm just going to say flowers, something generic, but you could do pencils or beakers, something related to your content. So I like these. I'm going to tell it to select those, and it'll just put them right on my page. And that's, obviously my words are not going to stand out on that, so I'm going to go back to format options like I did before. And under drop shadow, I'm going to change, or under adjustment, I'm going to change the transparency and make it super transparent so that it's just kind of like the hint of an image. I'm going to slide it behind my words and make it fit. And at the top, I've got this little crop tool that you can use to make that image more size appropriate. So I'm just going to drag it to fit. You're going to drag the bold black line, and that tells you where it's going to crop. And then you can just click enter or click off of it, and that will crop. But you can still adjust. That doesn't paste the words to it. That just crops the background image. So you can still adjust that. So once you've got that done, just take a screenshot. So I do Command-Shift-4 so that I can actually draw the screenshot I want right around there. So I click in the top right corner, and then I just drag to grab the whole image and release. And now I'm going to go back to Canvas in my rich text editor, and I'm going to click on the little image. And I'm going to go to Canvas. If you've already uploaded this to your files, you can just pick it from there. Otherwise, you'll see a little upload file button. You could just add it from your desktop. Make sure that you fill in the alternate text saying what it says, but also pick decorative image because it doesn't necessarily have to be read by a screen reader. Here's what upload file would bring me to, my entire desktop. So then I'm just going to update. And you can see that pulls it into my rich text editor. Now I've got a nice banner at the top. I've got my GIF. I don't really need some of that text, so I'm going to take it out. The bottom here, you can say if this is something actionable that you want students to do, you can add it to their to-do list. Otherwise, just leave the settings as they are. You're going to have to add a title to this, so I'm just going to use homepage so I know when I look at my pages what the intended use for this is. And then I'm going to save and publish. So then you can see what it's going to look like. Obviously, this probably would not be the one that I used because I'd want more stuff on there, but for the sake of your time, this is just a good view. So go to view all pages, and you can see I only have one page. It got cut off on this, but at the right there is an option, and I'm going to choose use this as front page. And it shows right next to it, even if you've got a lot of pages, that's what that is. And on the left, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to do choose home page. It's the third thing down. And I'm going to say that I want my pages front page, which I just set my home page to be that. And then I'm going to click save. So now when kids go to my course in Canvas, the first thing that they see at home is welcome to Staff Resources. If they wanted to go to my modules, they could click on assignments. If they wanted to go to grades, they can click my grades. So you can kind of personalize the home page for what's best going to fit your class too. So that's just a really quick look at how to add things to a home page. This is up to your own creative, ideas. So do whatever you think is going to be good. Remember, do a picture there if you want kids to be able to see it during class. Otherwise, they're just going to get that tiered filtering window. But add as many images as you want. Feel free to make things in Google Drawings and then take screenshots to put here so it's more personalized. Have fun!